This is part 20, House of Sticks, the third case at the arson desk, and things are starting to heat up.
Yeah. I feel like we skipped the House of Straw, though. Doesn't that have to come first?
I already did the intro pun. You don't get to do another intro pun. Heating up.
Oh,
Get it? Arson
that
desk?
wasn't even a pun. That was just a bad joke.
Whatever.
Neither was mine, though, so I guess, I don't know. I bet this case will really stick in our memories.
Mr. Kelso?
Nope.
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
No way.
You totally called it.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's no need to come to the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept this.
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay. Let me get the case file.
Interesting.
So now we're at the insurance desk, if you will.
There's got to be more in these files.
I don't really know how to read an insurance claim.
Yeah,
I'm not
me
really
either.
sure what I'm looking for.
I was just thinking that. Okay, this is clearly important. Oh. Okay. So we're trying to put Kelso onto the idea that this company was using inferior building materials.
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall.
Yep.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Interesting.
It's unclear why this individual was insured for so much money.
Yeah. I mean, we've never encountered him before, right?
Not to my knowledge, no.
All right. Yeah, the cutscene at the end of the last case didn't quite make sense because we had no idea who he was or what his connection to anything was.
Do you mind if I
Right.
ask you a couple of questions?
Well, he has the same brand of notebook. That's adorable.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
Well, we know.
You want me to reopen this case based on your woman's intuition? That isn't going to happen. Take the money.
I've already told you I do not want the money. There's something wrong with that house.
I love her character. I'm glad we're getting to explore it.
Buckwalter
Yeah.
weren't married?
No,
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
we were family friends.
You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island, resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address. Not the phone number.
They're totally setting her up to be the femme fatale. It's a shame that we know that she isn't. Like, what if she was setting him up to take a huge fall right now, you know?
Oh, I hadn't even noticed how much, from his perspective, this is the most classic noir opening we've had yet.
It reminds me exactly of the opening from Maltese Falcon or any of those similar movies.
Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack, upstairs.
That was basically exactly the way
Come on,
you start a noir detective story.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a shame that we know, well, maybe we don't know, but seems unlikely that she's implicated.
But she is setting him up. She does know a lot more than she actually told him. You know, it's very much the standard thing in that she knows what he's going to find and that he's going to get himself in a whole lot of trouble. She's getting him to do the dirty work for her. Now, you know, she's doing this because Cole made her, but she's very much still, even with our knowledge, playing the role of a femme fatale here.
That's a great point.
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lichtman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lichtman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
Man, no one wearing a pinstripe suit has ever been a good guy in any work of fiction ever.
That's funny. I like the idea of using a hat as a whole. That's clever.
Yeah.
Your car, Mr. Kelso?
Thanks, kid.
Now, I find it interesting that the papers, which apparently publicized the hell out of Cole's infidelity, never once mentioned who he was unfaithful with.
Right,
Particularly
since
since
that's
everyone
such an
seems to
angle.
know it was a, quote, German junkie whore, unquote. They just mentioned that without giving the name.
Yeah.
Because you think if they had, Jack would have noticed and remembered that, given that Cole was involved. I mean, I could understand him not recognizing her on sight, but when his boss says, you know, was
Elsa
that
Lichtman.
Elsa Lichtman?
Yeah.
That should probably have sent up some warning flags. Not as... Oh no, you can't fast travel in this case, can you?
You can. It lets you, even though you don't have a partner.
You drive.
I need to look over the case notes.
Yeah.
Wait, what? So we're ignoring
back
our
here.
warning.
This is the same site.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners.
Wow, good thing you happen to have that knowledge.
I guess being a building insurance person, you might have that knowledge.
Yeah. Yes, but that's not how my pop... Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just an expression he was using. Made it sound like he grew up with a construction worker or something.
Do you see the sign pointing to the freeways being built?
Bulldozing and starting again.
Huh. That is suspicious.
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be
So they're trying to clear out the evidence of shoddy workmanship on the building that killed Louis. Lou?
No,
Louis?
I'm not sure. I think it was Lou.
Yeah.
Hey! You just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso, from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off.
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
You're a real ass.
Well, I'm glad they stopped the game to have us do
I came
that.
to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
Got the gate and 3 houses.
Yeah, I was thinking as I was playing through this that these last couple of cases should really be more like a movie
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
than a traditional game case.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
Yeah.
There's so much storytelling that needs to happen,
Yeah.
you know? It's like
And-
you almost can't afford to have a car chase or a fight or something.
I mean, that one was just superfluous. There was no reason they had to interrupt the cutscene to have you do that.
Except that it's satisfying. I found it.
The place falls down, and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
What the hell?
Now, what do those come from? Look like the things they're using to mount the flags, not big enough to be anything in the actual structure.
Not sure. I mean, it clearly says not for construction.
Well, yeah, but if they're for flag posts, that would make sense. A third one.
Let's try to piece this together.
Oh. Oh, fascinating.
Keystone Films.
They're defunct for several years. That was the one from the studio secretary murder.
I know, it's like they keep introducing things from all our past cases more and more.
Really? Okay, so this is a cute idea for a set piece, but on the other hand, contrived as hell. Why did he have to run into this ditch?
Yeah.
Like, if they justified why you took this route, then this would have been pretty cool. But, like, you could see you're in the middle of an open ground, just run around the house or something.
Just when I thought we were starting to get on.
Would
It's
there
clever
have
how
been
he was putting up his little thing to block my bullets, but I got him that time.
would there have been a scripted ending to that thing?
I think that the ditch ends with a wall, and if I haven't killed him by then...
Oh, okay.
Run over.
That was odd.
True. True story.
Wait, he's allowed to use the police call boxes? What?
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life Investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is
What?
658 North Wilson Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Since when can insurance investigators just call up the police research.
Do they have any of
desk.
those old Gamwells in your hometown? Because I know they've got them in San Francisco, and I'm thinking I should just walk up to one of them, pick up the phone, and be like, "This is Matt, producer. I need an address for."
I have not seen anything like that. No.
Oh god, ours actually have keys on them. The ones in San Francisco, so if you don't have the box key, you couldn't open it up.
It would have been really easy to just say nope, because you're not a policeman. You got to go to a payphone, and he carries quarters around because he knows he needs quarters to make telephone calls.
I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. The housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since 41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
That was a well done interaction, and actually shows that was well thought out difference between policeman and insurance investigator.
Yep.
This is kind of cool. Haven't been on a movie set, quite a bit.
Yeah. Since we destroyed the last one. So here's that lumber.
Yep. Now we have to wander around until you find the exact spot where it goes ding.
I don't know. So what do you think of playing as Kelso so far? Is it everything you dreamed of?
I mean, I like the conceit of the case. I do miss having a partner for conversations and chatter.
Yep, I agree. Oh, sound went away. Oh, and we're back. Weird. No, maybe it's actually gone. I'm very confused.
This may be a time for intuition, because there's a huge area to cover and no obvious place to look. Oh, there's an indoors. Okay. Well, this is more obvious, I guess.
The giant screening room.
Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
Or let's not. Really? Oh, okay. I was having trouble.
Just had to focus and reverse it.
Civic leaders and businessmen join forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GI.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan
See?
Fontaine,
I told you.
latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of the California Fire and Life. Pleased to meet you, Doctor. Ray Gordon, editor of the Times. Doctor. District Attorney Don Sandler and Police Chief Warren. Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company. You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity. I find that those of artistic temperament are often of a fragile mental disposition. It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor. Very true. But I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry. Hear, hear. And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union.
I'd like to point out they have multiple cameras and they're filming this conversation.
Yeah, that was my question. Why?
And Holly
Not only did they have multiple cameras and decide to film it, they also edited it together.
Yep.
Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public housing. God damn it, Ray. Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money.
The GI Bill is government money.
There's a difference.
What difference?
The GI money ends up in my pocket.
I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors.
Of course, Curtis.
So, when will the freeway bond be passed on?
It still has to be ratified. It takes a long time to raise $3 billion.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
Why the hell? Wow, that really, really, really doesn't work.
Nope, not at all. It is cool that my shadow gets projected on the screen as I watch that.
Yes.
But no, that was ridiculous.
For,
There's
okay.
no reason for
that.
them to
That is
record
the
that.
biggest writing error the game has made.
Our latest investor in the suburban redevelopment. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson.
I mean, it started out by being like, you know, a news on the march.
Right.
This
Look at all
exciting
these.
suburban redevelopment fund.
Yeah. Look at all the powerful investors who are coming together to build homes for GIs.
But the rest of it, not only did it fail to advance the story from us as a player perspective, it also totally lost all credibility for why this recording would exist.
Yeah. Exist, you know, have been edited together, be left in the... Why was it there? Of all places, why was it in a projector there?
Operator, can you put me through to police dispatch?
Very strange.
Putting you through now.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lickman or Luke Buckwalter.
I mean, we know he's there. We saw him,
Can
right?
you put me through to Michigan
film?
221?
Mm-hmm.
Putting the call through.
Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr. Kelso.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, that's just... I don't know. I can't come up with any explanation that makes any sense out of that. Like, even I'm trying to think of, could it have been a trap? But no, that doesn't quite work either. Oh, Cole! Communication people!
And don't suppose I'll make a plea, 'cause baby,
Hi,
you know
I'm here.
guilty.
See ya. Why do you say communication? I mean, she obviously
Because
did communicate
does Cole
to
not
Cole.
know that she's meeting Jack?
No, he does. He's coming to. That's what I'm assuming right now.
Okay. I thought his whole idea was he wanted Jack to do this without knowing that he was involved in any way.
But Jack's invested enough at this point. Like, Jack can tell.
But I bet he will change his mind a lot if he knows that he was set up by Cole.
Maybe you're right. Maybe Cole's not going to talk to him.
What is he doing? I actually don't understand what Cole's doing here.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in
Cole.
an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risks.
That much is
Can
true.
you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning.
Okay. That got a little raunchy at the cutaway.
Yeah. Come on, Jack, go around the back real fast.
Oh, damn, I should have thought to do that.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been anything.
They're quick.
So why is the answer not, okay, job done, guess I'll go home and sleep? Why is Jack working through the night on this case?
Where's he going now?
Well, aren't you pointing him towards the Legion Fields development?
Sure, but why? Like, what's his angle?
Look up more evidence? I don't know. I don't know why he would follow his boss's instructions and then turn around and keep working again.
Yeah.
Also, Cole's kind of cracking.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, just his reaction to Elsa and Jack there didn't really fit with what we've seen of him so far. Like, given that he as much ordered her to work with Jack, it was great. Bizarre that he should get so immediately furious to see them talking, standing 6 feet apart in an alleyway outside her work.
Yeah, that was strange. So how did we even find this address?
Huh.
Or is this the same one?
Oh, no. The security guard at the movie studio mentioned this, I think. Someone mentioned another development of Legion Fields.
What are we expecting to find here? I guess nothing. I guess the trail's gone cold, so this is the last. I mean, this is the only place we haven't looked yet. Unless we're trying to prove that this is a house that's made on the cheap.
Jack, you know that someone is upstairs with the light on. Why have you turned on your flashlight?
So that I could see.
Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark.
There isn't a wiring job.
I mean, the house looks pretty unfinished to me.
Yep, the walls are way too thin to put any wiring in, most of them.
Good thing I'm not thirsty.
Yeah, I mean, this... That was some music. This house is so unfinished as to be like, how could they expect to get away with this for even a moment after someone moves in? Shoddy construction, sure, but...
Have they claimed that this house is finished and ready for someone to move in?
No, I guess. I
mean, they could still be working on it. Maybe tomorrow they're going to put the wiring in, and then the next day they're going to get all the appliances fixed up. And,
guess
you know
so.
what I mean?
So, why are we here? I had assumed that there were, like, people meeting up here or something, but...
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up.
Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
It's the 40s Joker.
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
What? What? How absolutely no fucking sense does this make? Seriously, none. What? All three of them put down their guns.
And then this happens.
You're warned, tough
Wait, but didn't
guy.
you win?
You should learn to take a hint.
I killed one of
Get him
them.
downstairs.
I thought I was going to turn and start punching the next guy. I pressed the X button, which is punch, but that ended up just skipping the cutscene, because I guess I was supposed to kill one guy, and then there was going to be like a cutscene of them pistol whipping me or something, presumably.
This
It's poorly designed, though.
This is a terribly plotted case. There are so many contrivances. I do like that they imported some Noire, street thugs straight from New York.
Sure, he turned up all right.
Yeah, there's some good things in this case, between Elsa's dialogue, these characters.
He's in the trunk.
But they're just missing some really basic story building blocks.
Boys introduce themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, I know a good place. Pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next.
This may even be some of the best writing and characters we've seen in the game so far. It's just that the actual story arc of this case is terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, the previous scene would have worked fine if they just kept their guns drawn. Keep the guns drawn.
And if they had better explained why I was going there in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that was a little confusing. I guess you had a lead and you were interested in following it. But it completely lost it when they put their guns away. You started punching them out, and then you lost because plot fiat. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
What?
California Fire and Life Investigator, sir, I need this car.
But he got out and ran before...
I guess people were shooting. But if I'm in a car and there's gunplay up ahead, I don't get out of the car.
No one had shot yet.
Oh, really? Seriously?
Monroe owns the city.
No, I was referring to this.
Yes.
Cops.
Yes, we are getting internal monologue from the detective. Another good element that we hadn't seen yet. This is amazing. This is
Did
amazing.
you see that?
Good thing you're not carrying red barrels in the back of your truck.
Oh, are you serious? Okay. Well, they managed to shoot the truck apart. I'm so good at video games. Oh, man.
This is a fascinating sequence. Is it the first time that you've been chased in the game?
Yeah, I think it is. It's certainly the first time that we've had to, like, quote, lose someone, which I think is what the objective was in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to stop going off book, because clearly shortcuts are not meant to be taken in this game.
I mean, it did tell you use back alleys and...
I know, so I was thinking like, oh, I'll go... No. And I don't care how that's causing harm to citizens, because that guy was pretty obviously involved.
I guess maybe it was another car. Maybe they weren't getting out to shoot at you, they were getting out because they're scared. Because you smell so bad that no one can stand to be in their car around you. They're trying to do different things with this case, and it doesn't all work.
Yeah, it's true. There's some good stuff, but... I don't know, the main thing are just those narrative missteps. That's the thing that bugs me the most. I'd forgive a lot of the other elements, but...
that was awesome.
Got a job.
Hey, that worked, too. Nice, I knew my crazy driving would pay off someday.
Yeah. That was a fun little sequence there.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that the last of them?
What is that noise?
I don't know. Like a little jazzy radio number.
Oh,
and
maybe your radio is
score.
playing at the same time as the soundtrack.
Bad driving.
I don't know. Huh. Yeah. Hey, you can see the Hollywoodland sign. He's gonna find Cole there.
Most assuredly. I like how the case started. I like how they're clearly going to end it here. You know, like, what they were attempting to do in the case was good.
Yeah. But, man, they just made some tremendous leaps.
In the middle. Yep.
I'm trying to think. There's got to have been a smoother way they could have implicated Jack's boss to Jack.
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
Nah. I was thinking of standing here and watching him. You missed 2 clues.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
Whoops. My bad.
That was just really strange.
Satchel charges on the cave entrance from above. Covering fire on weapons team. Look for snipers in the trees. You know the drill. No risks, no heroes, no prisoners.
You want some roast on this one, Sarge?
No, you guys have done enough. Head back to Webb's. We are going to blow every cave we come across. Close them down and move on, people.
Damn. I was hoping to get me a samurai sword.
Skipper says that Phelps has fallen behind again. He's got his fire teams checking every cave. He's lost another flamethrower. He wants you to get over there and hurry them along.
Ho, boom. Weapons company.
Sir. We have a major cave complex in front of us, Hogaboom. I want flamethrowers and BAR teams to clean it out.
Begging your pardon, sir. But if it's a big complex, why don't we bring the Shermans in? They could pour it in there.
We can't wait for tanks to be brought up. I'm already behind.
Then blow the cave. No skin off our nose. Bury them.
We are going in there and clearing them out. We are doing it by the numbers, Sergeant. Get your team in place. We're moving out. Mount up. First fire team and flamethrowers. Head in.
Why is he carrying a pistol?
A question I ask myself every time a firefight begins in LA Noire.
Where's he going? Where's who going? The big cowboy. He's going in. Who gave that order? You did.
Well. Okay.
So.
I was hoping for another cutscene in the present day resolving, Cole and Elsa's and or Jack's feelings on the end of that case.
I think these cases are going to continue. I think this storyline's going to take us through the end of the game.
Yeah.
We've only got 3 cases left.
This is only nominally the arson desk.
I know, right?
Yeah. So where does
say.
the DLC case come in?
They actually put it in as the second to last case, which was a surprising decision.
I'll see how that works. Yeah, those were like really bad writing mistakes of a way worse quality than we've seen anywhere else in the game. Like, it's been, on the contrived and convenient before, certainly, but that broke suspension of disbelief for me completely.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I hope somebody points out which 2 clues I missed. If those clues were really telling, then I apologize. But barring that,
at least that happened in Kelso's story. So from Cole's perspective, it hasn't been, like, the entire thing hasn't been randomly spoiled for him yet.
Yeah.
And I bet Kelso won't have attached any significance to Dr. Fontaine, given the other 5 people at that table, so may not even think to mention it to him.
Interesting. So what's left to resolve? What are you looking for in the next case?
Well, I don't know in the next case specifically, but okay, so we've got this whole high-level conspiracy going on, which actually really isn't all that evil a conspiracy. I mean, it sucks, but it's only become murderous because one of the arsonists they brought on cracked and started doing his own thing. But we still have the whole morphine tie-in, which they left hanging, and, Courtney getting involved.
So there's drug money and the mob, and that's being used in investments and housing, which is basically an insurance scam. Is that our understanding?
I don't know if I would say insurance scam, just trying to get as much money from the government as possible, and then putting as little of it as possible into actually building the houses.
Right.
So, yeah, they have some work to do. I hope that level of storytelling isn't the new standard, because honestly, even if they just gave us lots of cutscenes from here through the end, if they stay the same quality, I'd probably still enjoy it.
I know, it's like we earned it, right? We've earned a satisfying ending to this story, whatever form it takes. They can't drop the ball now. I think there's too much at stake.
Yep. All right, well, let's see.
Sounds good. See ya.